Hey gardeners, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to go ahead and discuss to you guys about Alliums versus Agapanthus. So we're going to go ahead and talk about how to grow them, how to care for them, and the differences between Alliums and Agapanthus. So stick around with us if you want to know the differences. Now, as you can see, this Allium has been with me for a little bit. It's been about like a month or two that I've had them, and their growth is slightly slower than Agapanthus. Agapanthus booms in growth. So let's go ahead and break down the details on the difference between Alliums and Agapanthus, and then we'll plant both of them in areas that I would like them to grow in. So let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. The first thing we're going to go ahead and discuss is the alliums. So alliums are commonly grown in zones 8 and below, in which these alliums grow big, bushy, but the main reason why they are grown is for their blooms. Their blooms are breathtaking and absolutely astonishing, especially when the plant is in full bloom. It's just a carpet of purple, especially the serendipity alliums. The thing I love about it is that those balls of flowers add such an elegant feel to the garden, not to mention some form of formality into the garden that I just absolutely love. And so definitely a few things when it comes down to serendipity alliums is one, they are partial sun plants. Here in Florida, we have to grow them in more shade than sun because we don't want them to burn. So alliums in general usually grow in full to partial sun depending on where you are located. So if you live in a very hot climate where the sun is super harsh during the summer, you have to grow them in partial sun to almost full shade. And so what I would recommend is to research upon alliums, see how they should grow in your area. All I know is that alliums prefer partial sun to full sun. It depends on where you are really. So I'm planting mine in partial sun, and so it gets shaded by lots of the trees that it's around it. And so now let's go ahead and discuss about the size. So alliums are not so big. They're a medium-sized plant. They will fill in a space real nicely, especially these serendipity alliums. They're about 10 to 15. They grow about 10 to 15 inches high and wide. And so something that's really good about the alliums is that if you have a little space that you want to fill in with a little bit of color, but you don't want them to go so big, but you don't want them to be super tiny, alliums are the best fit for you. So when it comes down to alliums, they also prefer to be fed more consistently than Agapanthus, which we'll discuss in a little bit. So I would recommend feeding them with earthworm castings, as this is what I found best for the plants. So when planting them, you'll throw a handful of it into the hole and then plant the plant like normal, and making sure that you well water the plant so then that the earthworm castings can be activated. Something also about alliums is that they're heat tolerant. They can sustain certain levels of drought or high levels of heat as well. And so this is definitely a plant I recommend. Fun fact, alliums are actually deer and rabbit resistant. So if you deal with that type of issue, grow some alliums. Another point is watering. So when it comes down to alliums, they like to be in constant moisture. So what I'd recommend is when you're planting them, make sure that the soil that they're planted in retains a little bit of moisture, but that does not sit in water. Alliums do not like to sit in water, so make sure that the soil is well draining, but that can retain a little bit of moisture. So let me go ahead and go through and plant these alliums, and then we'll go ahead and discuss about Agapanthus. So now that those are planted, now it's time to go ahead and discuss about Agapanthus. So here I have two Agapanthus plants, in which I actually showcased in the video that I did yesterday on 5 tips you should know before you go plant shopping, so then you become a pro at choosing plants at the garden center. So make sure you go ahead and check that out. I'll leave a link towards it in the description box below. So I bought these two Agapanthus yesterday because I know Agapanthus would do amazing for me here in my garden. As I mentioned before, if we want to have that allium feel, we grow Agapanthus. The same concept, the only difference is that the leaves are strappier, the growth is a bit more vigorous, the flowers are way more bigger, and they come in common colors like dark purple and even white. And the flowers tend to be bigger, and they're not as tight as alliums either, but they still provide the same elegance and formality that alliums do. And as you can see, they have been growing quite quickly and quite nicely in their containers. So I want to plant them here at the entrance of the garden because I want those big flowers to flank the front of my garden and be one of the first thing guests see when they enter and tour my garden. So now a few tips. One is that Agapanthus, unlike Alliums, they like to be planted in full sun. So 5 to 6 plus hours of direct sunlight. Number two is that Agapanthus can handle a little bit of wet feet, but not too constantly. So what I'd recommend is to plant them in an area that is well draining, that can retain a little bit of moisture. Now, here in South Florida, we get constant rainfall. As a matter of fact, it's actually getting ready to rain right now. So we have to keep in mind that although Agapanthus can handle a little bit of water, they cannot still sit in water because then they will rot. So make sure you be mindful on where you're planting them. Number three is that they're not that heavy feeders. So unlike alliums that are heavy feeders, they like to be fed once in a while, but not too constantly. So I'll be mixing in the earthworm castings when I plant them, but the next time I feed them will be in about a month or so. Since they grow so rapidly, they don't require so much nutrients like the alliums. The alliums, I'll be feeding them within the next month or so, depending on how I see their growth is. So it's quite simple, quite straightforward. So when it comes down to Agapanthus, their height is 24 to 36 inches in height and 18 to 24 inches in width. So they're pretty decent sized plants, and so they'll be perfect for the area that I'm planning to grow them in. So definitely consider growing some Agapanthus, especially if you know that you can't grow alliums. Try to research on Agapanthus. So let's go ahead and plant these. So gardeners, I went through and planted both the Agapanthus and Alliums and covered the difference between both of them. Although they're vaguely similar, they have great differences that will determine which one will do better for you. In my case, of course, I would lean towards more the Agapanthus is better fit for my climate. However, Alliums may do better for you than Agapanthus, so do your research and see which one is best for you. Of course, I love both of them. They both bring formality and elegance into the garden that I absolutely love. Not to mention that there's different varieties for you to choose from. So definitely do your quick research or Google search and see which one would do best in your area. Leave me in the comment section down below. Which ones have you grown and which would you prefer, Alliums or Agapanthus? Make sure to leave a like underneath this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you all so much for watching this video. May God bless you and your entire family, and never forget to grow big, ultimate gardeners. Bye everyone.